Welcome to Entertainment with Les. This video about the top 10 cheating scandals that have ruined Hollywood. So what cheating scandals did you find shocking? And let us know in the comments below. Coming in. Number 10. TMZ then posted a video from October 2017 that showed Tristan kissing two other women at a club in spite of all the cheating rumors. Tristan was with Khloe for the birth of their child, as he was present. Tristan and Khloe Kardashian were together for the birth of their child as he was present. On April 11, 2018, photos of Tristan Thompson would start to circulate online, or it would show him cheating on his then 9-month pregnant girlfriend, Khloe Kardashian, and Tristan allegedly broke up because he had cheated on her once more, this time with a close family member, according to stories that would later start to surface. Tristan was, however, not willing to change his ways. Jordyn Woods is Kylie Jenner's closest friend and roommate, and when foreboding partygoers told TMZ that Tristan and Jordyn were seen making out and having sex throughout the night, Jordyn's actions would prove to be the ultimate betrayal to the family. But Tristan and Khloe would get back together. But not long after a paternity, they would seem to split up forever. Around the same time, a scandal involving Tristan and another woman broke. Additionally, Tristan and Khloe were expecting a child together. Number 9. Cardi B and Offset 3 years into their union. Right away, Cardi B would start the divorce process. Cardi would decide to call off the divorce and get back together with Offset when reports that he had strayed on her began to spread. The cheating rumors haven't exactly subsided, and this revelation would definitely destroy Hollywood. Takashi's 6 to 9 girlfriend relayed a flirtatious DM that Offset had written her on Instagram, which is how it all began, revealing a Cardi inside that counters Instagram. In her Vogue interview, she said, "I have to win. The DM was received and it wasn't actually from him. When my husband and I started having problems, Cardi would admit that she had cheated on her as well. He cheated and everything, and when I chose to stay with him and collaborate with him, many people were furious with me. Many ladies were also disappointed in me. Trolls appear to be opposed to seeing Cardi and Offset end up combined." The most recent infidelity accusation that has been floating around the pair is that Offset cheated on Cardi with Saweetie. Cardi was compelled to respond, "No, baby, you lying." In response, "You're making outrageous claims, expressing them, and include female rappers who lack supporting documentation. No blog has ever addressed this, and now that you have been released from prison 5 days ago, you have cooked up a falsehood in just 2 hours without any supporting documentation. Sincerely, I believe that everyone should simply leave Cardi and Offset alone." Hey there, my little peaches. I hope you are enjoying this video so far. If so, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. When Beyoncé's eagerly awaited album Lemonade was released, we had Beyoncé and Jay-Z. She brought attention to her marriage to Jay-Z, and since then, it has. There has been so much conjecture regarding the identity of Becky with the excellent hair that it has even inspired a popular meme. Regarding whether Lemonade was based on their marriage, the couple was fairly mum. We wouldn't learn the truth until Jay album C's 444, which was filled with apologies to Beyoncé and their daughter Blue, was released in 2017. He would also talk openly about how his affairs nearly ended their marriage and how he has worked to mend their union in an interview with David Letterman. Like you, Jay-Z would say, "I have a lovely wife who understood me, recognized I wasn't the worst of what I've done, and really put in the effort to go to counseling." While Jay-Z has recently continued to develop into the proud father and husband, we adore each other and put in the work. It has been very amazing to see him as he is today. Number 7. The Kevin Hart story involving Anoka Parrish. When Hart initially denied the cheating scandal in July 2017, it was difficult to understand his adultery at best. Then he would upload a video to Instagram. "I'm sending an apology along with the caption. I apologize so much to my wife and children. I need to improve, and I will. I'm not perfect, and I never made that claim, but I still love you all." Later, it would also come to light that someone's heart was at the core of an alleged extortion attempt. Apparently had a video of Kevin engaging in sexual activity with a woman who wasn't his wife, and they were attempting to expose Kevin so that they may get paid. Hart would not finally decide to speak about the scandal that occurred on a 2020 podcast until Kevin did an appearance with The Breakfast Club, where he would finally admit to his adultery. He continued by stating how and when Anoka Parrish became aware of the circumstance. For the comic, it wasn't exactly a stroll in the park. but she eventually understood it. Hart would say, "I appreciate the fact that we have a family. I enjoy the fact that we have a home. Now that we have a task to complete, you owe it to me to improve." Number 6. Will and Yada Pinkett Smith, even though they wouldn't call it a scandal. When August Alsina talked about a romance, the rest of the world would be astonished. In June 2020, he shared a Yada Pinkett Smith during an interview. "I absolutely committed myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I genuinely, deeply, and have a ton of love for her," as I stated in August. He continued by saying that Will had informed August and Yada of their connection. His Naturally, when the Smiths were announced as one of the most enduring and well-known Hollywood couples in recent memory, people were astonished. The couple quickly denied their relationship in a statement, but Yada would later come clean. She tweeted that she would be visiting the Red Table in July 2020. The Smiths would talk about a difficult time in their marriage when they sat down at the Red Table to discuss their relationship. Yada and August began dating when they assumed they would split up and never speak again, despite Will's denials that he had given August permission. When August and Yada's relationship ended, he was aware that the two were dating. Will and her then made the decision to attempt to make things right, and they have done so to this day. Yada appears to be doing all in her power to make me look bad, and I don't agree with her at all. Number 5. Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart are here. While the book was superior to the film, the Twilight movies are among the most popular and financially successful films of all time. It did succeed in stealing our hearts and became the focus of a media frenzy. As the two co-stars began, you would see Robert and Kristen making headlines. During the filming of a romance, viewers became entirely fixated on it. However, everything changed once paparazzi photos of Kristen and Snow director Rupert Saunders were made public. Everyone has strong opinions on the major PDA between White and the Huntsman. Robert finally received a public apology from Kristen, and the two temporarily got back together before splitting up. Looking back, Kristen described her relationship with Robert as being immature and foolish. Kristen and Robert should share their love off-screen like Bella and Edward. While we're at it, let's face it, we all knew that their relationship was destined to end at some point. She really ought to have gone with Jacob, and I'm going to stand with that opinion. Number 4. It all started with a prank battle between Nick Young and Iggy Azalea, which would be revealed when Nick Young cheated on Iggy Azalea in a video that was captured by a fellow player, D'Angelo Russell, as the LA Lakers were engaged in the prank war. After the film was eventually leaked to the public, it appeared that Nick Young had admitted to having an extramarital affair with rapper Iggy Azalea. Later, Nick tried to deny the allegations, and he managed to persuade Iggy. It turned out to be nothing more than a big gossip, and she decided to keep their relationship going. It wouldn't take long for Iggy to tweet that she had broken up with Nick after discovering him bringing girls into their home on a security camera. To add insult to injury, rumors would soon spread that Nick was expecting a child with his ex-girlfriend Kiona Green. Given all the negative things that could have happened, it's kind of ironic that Nick believed he could bring girls into their home when she observed the monitoring footage. Number 3. Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus. Long-term couple Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth were the subject of numerous cheating allegations. Liam, though, was charged with repeated instances of wandering off. News that he even hooked up with January Jones while the two were still together would start to circulate while they were still engaged. Eventually, the two would break up, but they would later reconcile. A few years later, they would even find themselves getting married. However, the marriage would only endure for a little over a year, and just a week after the couple's heartbreaking divorce, Miley would be forced to defend herself against accusations of infidelity. While Miley has been quite honest and transparent with her fans, she couldn't believe the reports of her nearly 8-month marriage, as well as some of the most controversial incidents from her past. The same day, she was the target of infidelity accusations. On the other side, Miley was seen kissing Caitlyn Carter in Italy when word of their breakup surfaced. The reality is that once Liam and I recently started dating, I really meant it, and I was devoted. As a result, I can admit to a lot of things, Miley came out and said, in spite of all the accusations about her infidelity. Despite the fact that Liam and I have been dating for 10 years, I won't accept that my marriage ended as a result of infidelity. I've stated it before, and it holds true that I still adore Liam. Number 2. As adorable as Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner appear to be together, Given that his heart has always belonged to J-Lo and that Jennifer served as a stabilizing influence in his life, I don't think anyone really believes that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were ever destined to be together. They eventually had 3 wonderful children together. But given that he allegedly cheated on her with the nanny, it's obvious that Ben was never prepared to commit to the marriage. While Jennifer would claim that she was unaware of the affair until after the official couple decided to file for divorce. In a later interview with Vanity Fair, it was claimed that the alleged incident occurred before they ever made the decision that their relationship was over. As Jennifer said, "Let me just tell you something." She would disclose that Ben did have an affair with the nanny. "Before I ever learned that our choice to divorce had anything to do with the nanny, we had already been living apart for months." She clarified how she dealt with it, and that it wasn't wonderful for her kids to have a nanny depart from their lives. At the end of the day, she said she still had to have numerous chats with her kids about the scandal's implications. Jennifer would talk about how there was no need to attack Ben since individuals make mistakes and experience guilt, which leads to more mistakes and more suffering. At number 1 today, even though they were a dream couple, they demonstrated that Disney fairy tales cannot be realized when they decided to get divorced in 2005. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were once a dream couple, and I sincerely wish they would get back together because he made a huge mistake by leaving her for Angelina Jolie. The adultery allegations would surface right after the movie, despite Brad and Angelina's repeated denials. Mr. and Mrs. Smith's Brad had fallen in love with Jolene, but karma had other ideas for Brad and Angelina, as their union also turned out to be rather doomed. When Brad sat down for an interview in 2020 and finally admitted to cheating on Jennifer, he apologized to her as he did so. "I'm hurt that it was interpreted in this manner. The point I was trying to make was not that Jennifer was boring. Rather, she is an extraordinarily generous, caring, and amusing lady who is still my friend. However, I realized that I was getting boring around myself and that I was to blame because I, for one, am still a tremendous fan of Brad and Jennifer and hope that we get to see them together. Then perhaps we'll just see these two getting back together soon." In any case, that concludes this video. My little peaches, be sure to keep juicy until the next one. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.